April 1945. The Allies were preparing to smash through Italy's Gothic Line in the final push of the war, but success depended on a daring gamble at Lake Camacchio. They needed someone fearless, maybe even reckless enough, to lead a small force against heavily fortified German positions. Survival odds were minimal. The terrain offered no escape. Most commanders would have called it a suicide mission. But one man with no formal military training would take the challenge. Anders Fredrik Emil Victor Lassen, known as the Terrible Viking, was just 24 years old. Born on September 22, 1920, to the affluent owners of the Hodingsko estate near Mare, Denmark. He was the eldest of 3 siblings. His parents had expected him to one day run the family estate. But Anders was drawn to adventure rather than administration. As a boy, he roamed the surrounding forests for hours, honing the skills that would later define him: archery, marksmanship, and the ability to move silently through nature like a predator. He attended the elite Herlefsham school, but his academic performance was dismal, the lowest in his class. With his parents abandoning their plans for him, Anders chose the sea. In January 1939, he joined the MS Fionia of the East Asiatic Company, bound for Bangkok. The maritime life offered freedom, camaraderie, and a welcome escape from the suffocating expectations of Danish high society. Returning to Copenhagen after 4 months, Anders secured a position on another vessel, the tanker MV Eleanor Maersk. In August, as he prepared to depart, his mother bid him farewell in Hamburg. By then, Europe was teetering on the brink of World War II. Anders and his crewmates had other plans. Rather than comply with orders to dock at neutral or German ports after Germany invaded Denmark on April 9, 1940, they sailed to the British Protectorate of Bahrain. There, the tanker was requisitioned by the Ministry of War Transport, fitted with a gun, and Anders eagerly took charge of the weapon. He had finally found his calling, but he wanted more action. In late 1940, he signed on to the British tanker SS British Consul as a gunner, leaving Cape Town for Scotland. On the voyage, German aircraft attacked the ship, giving the 20-year-old Dane his first chance to fire back. Upon reaching Newcastle upon Tyne that Christmas, the excitement faded, leaving him alone in a foreign land. Weeks of wandering and heavy drinking followed, until a chance encounter changed everything. He met an agent from the Special Operations Executive, SOE, which recruited Danes for sabotage missions in occupied Denmark. In January 1941, Anders began SOE training. Classroom instruction bored him, but when transferred to paramilitary training in the Scottish Highlands, he thrived. His childhood skills in hunting and tracking proved invaluable. His instructors quickly realized that while he was unsuitable for traditional spy work, his talents made him ideal for guerrilla warfare. By April 1941, a new elite unit formed under Major Gustavus March Philippe, designed for daring raids behind enemy lines. The unit would sail aboard the 65-ton Brixen trawler Maid Honor, converted for clandestine operations. With room for just 11 men, Anders was chosen for his fighting instincts and sailing expertise. In August 1941, the team set sail for West Africa, reaching Freetown, Sierra Leone, after 6 grueling weeks. While no U-boat bases were found, intelligence revealed 3 enemy ships docked at Santa Isabel in the Spanish colony of Fernando Po. The German tug Lacumba, the barge Bibundi, and the Italian merchant Duchessa d'Aosta. Duchessa d'Aosta, equipped with a radio capable of alerting German forces, posed a particular threat. By January 1942, British authorities approved a daring plan, Operation Postmaster. Under the guise of social diplomacy, SOE agent Richard Lippett would host the enemy officers on a dinner party aboard Fernando Po, while Anders and the Maid Honor crew secretly boarded the ships and sailed them away. On the night of January 14, the commandos infiltrated the port under cover of darkness. Anders led the boarding of Duquesa d'Aosta, while others attacked the German vessels. Within 30 minutes, all 3 ships were seized without a single British casualty. The operation sent the Spanish authorities into uproar and infuriated the Germans, but it was a resounding success. Anders received a field commission as second lieutenant and the Military Cross. Anders continued to distinguish himself, training local tribes in guerrilla warfare in Nigeria, before returning to Europe. He joined Major March Philippe's expanded unit, No. 62 Commando, under Lord Mountbatten's operational control. They carried out cross-channel raids, striking German-occupied beaches, gathering intelligence, capturing prisoners, and tying up enemy resources. Anders' ability to move unseen through hostile terrain earned him fame. His fearlessness became legendary. In October 1942, during Operation Basalt on Sark, confusion led to the deaths of 2 German prisoners under his command. Hitler, enraged, issued the infamous Commando Order, decreeing that all captured Allied commandos were to be executed. Anders' actions had provoked Nazi leadership to abandon the laws of war. By early 1943, the unit was disbanded, and Anders moved to the Mediterranean, joining the Special Boat Service, SBS. Based in Palestine, the SBS specialized in reconnaissance and sabotage behind enemy lines. His first major mission came in July 1943, a raid on Kastelli airfield in Crete. Anders led a 4-man patrol, infiltrating the garrison and planting timed explosives on German aircraft. The mission succeeded with precision, earning him a bar to his Military Cross. After Italy's surrender in September 1943, Anders led operations across the Dodecanese Islands. Operating from Turkish bases aboard Greek fishing boats called kayaks, he struck German positions with devastating efficiency. By April 1944, he had earned the rank of captain, his reputation growing as the Terrible Viking. On April 19th, he commanded an 18-man SBS team to Santorini, coordinating a 3-pronged attack on German barracks, the commanding officer's residence, and a critical radio station. Despite fierce resistance, his team achieved their objectives. But reprisals by German forces led to the deaths of civilians. The raid became known as Lassen's bloodbath. By October 1944, Anders had become a major, commanding 50 men in Thessaloniki, Greece. Using bold deception, he convinced the Germans he led a larger force, preventing destruction of vital harbor facilities. In December, he assumed command of Crete, containing 13,000 German troops with a small Senforce unit. April 1945. The Allies prepared to smash through the Gothic Line. Anders led an 18-man patrol in Operation Roast along Lake Camacchio to create a diversion. Under heavy fire, he assaulted multiple German positions, silencing machine guns and neutralizing enemy soldiers. Mortally wounded, he refused evacuation, ensuring the mission's success. His bravery helped draw German attention from the main Allied offensive, but cost him his life. Posthumously awarded the Victoria Cross, Anders Lassen became the only non-Commonwealth recipient during World War II. In December 1945, King George VI presented the medal to his family. Today, his legacy is preserved at Copenhagen's Frihetsmuseet, with a bronze bust in Churchill Park, and a monument near Lake Camacchio in Italy.